Hey everyone, this is Vil. So in this video, I'm going to show you an amazing business opportunity that you can do it yourself. I was actually even thinking to pursue this myself, but then I decided to focus on this. So instead, I'm giving it out for you because I do appreciate you being subscribed to my YouTube channel. Even if you don't plan to pursue this business idea, still watch the whole video because you are going to get a lot of good insights of how to go about thinking of how to create a service, how to sell it, where to find your audience and all that. So I'm going to show you the different types of services you could be selling with this business idea. Where exactly do you find customers for this? How exactly you would go about selling these services and promoting these services, and so on and so forth. By the way, every week I give out one of my courses completely for free, so just leave a comment down below to enter the competition. Okay, so what I am talking about are services for YouTubers. So there are a few different services that could be sold within this business idea. So first of all, we have video editing for YouTubers. Then we have channel branding, channel optimization, outreach, and growth campaigns. And I'm going to explain all of these different services in detail, how to sell them, how to use them, and so on and so forth. So let's start with the outreach campaign. So myself, I have built a YouTube channel actually before to 100,000 subscribers within 1 year as a side project while bootstrapping a startup at the same time. And the reason why I was able to build a channel with so quick, with so little work, was because I had a good outreach strategy. So really what we are doing here and what it's always best to do when you think about services that you can sell is how exactly are you solving someone's problem. And in this case, not getting enough views, not getting enough subscribers is pretty much the biggest problem on YouTuber that a YouTuber has. So as you might have already understood, outreach campaign basically just means finding different media outlets that you can contact, you can pitch your content and get them share your content, so then in return you get more views and more subscribers. Why I actually like this service quite a bit is because it's pretty simple to create a really good tripwire. So if you don't know what tripwire means, it basically means providing some sort of service for a really low price where people can't really refuse, and then you are upselling them more expensive services. So for outreach campaign, you could do something like a trial on a special discounted price where you just do a very little outreach, and if you can show them that you can get results with this little outreach, then you can upsell bigger services with an actual prices. So if you actually have a good service and you can bring in really good results, then honestly this should be very simple to sell. And after some time, if you are targeting channels within the same niche, then you are going to build out sort of database of all of the different outreach that you can do. And if you have already the database, then you can just use that for all of the different YouTubers, and that saves up a lot of time in terms of research. So for you, it becomes cheaper and cheaper to do this outreach while you're still charging same amount of money from the YouTubers. Also, same thing happens with a system. So you really need to sort of build out a framework that helps you to do this outreach, and you figure out what really works well, and then you take that framework and again you apply it to different YouTubers. So if you haven't seen, I made a separate video about just this called win-win method, where for the YouTuber it would take too much time to actually do the outreach, do the whole research, create the framework and all of that. It would take a ton of time. For you, it takes very little time, so you are paid more than what you deserve per hour, but at the same time for YouTuber it makes more sense to hire you than do it themselves, so it's really a win-win situation for both parties. Okay, so the next service is video editing, and this is actually the main service that I think would work the best, and I'll explain in a second why I think this is the case. But one thing I want you to understand is that a lot of people are actually afraid to outsource their video editing. There are channels that have literally millions of subscribers and they're still doing editing themselves just because they are afraid that someone else is not going to be able to do the same type of editing as they are, and that is not the case. You can definitely find people who are going to do the same or even better editing. So once again, if I would be doing this, then I would probably have some sort of special offer, such as a discounted rate as a trial to just showcase that this editing can actually be really good. If it's a really big YouTuber, they have perhaps million subscribers or so on, or not even that, honestly, I might just give out a completely free trial where I would just edit one video completely free just to show them what really is possible, make them feel safe and they don't risk anything. But it might be worth for me to invest that money to do that one edit for free if I'll manage to acquire that customer for months and months, if not years to come. So I actually came across this problem myself because I needed someone to be editing my videos, and the thing I realized is that yes, you can go on Fiverr and you can find people who do video editing. However, I don't think the rates for this on Fiverr are that cheap per se. So really, if you go outside of Fiverr and you find a freelancer who is going to work directly with you and is going to do this type of editing, you can get a lot lower rates. So when it comes to competition and people going out on Fiverr and just outsourcing on Fiverr, I would not be as afraid that people are going to do that because probably you can have pretty competitive rates. So why I said that this would probably be my main service, or at least the best service, is because you would get ongoing payments. So you really only need to sign up a person once, and the really beautiful thing about video editing is that after that, it's pretty much just sending the files over, editing the file, sending them back, getting notes back, editing, and sending the final copy. So really, you don't even need a project manager. Once you sign up a client, it's really, you just get a person who does all of the editing, and that is it. And then you get all of this profit coming in non-stop. So let's say even if you get just $10 margin per hour on what the customer is paying, if you get, let's say, 100 hours of work per month, that's already $1,000 in profit for you. So you only need to sign up 10 YouTubers that would do 100 hours of editing per month, and you get $10,000 in profit every single month recurring without you needing to do anything. And this is why I think this would be a really beautiful business plan. So the next service that you can be providing is channel optimization. And so what this basically means is creating SEO friendly descriptions and finding SEO based tags so YouTube videos can rank better. So this again deals with the big issue of people not being able to rank their videos and get enough views. And the reality is that a lot of people don't even do their SEO research and they don't even find the right tags. And there are tools that you can use to do this, and it really isn't even that complicated after a little bit of practice. The cool thing about this again is what I would probably do is I would create a bunch of case studies, because yes, you can create case studies with outreach as well, but this I think is even a little bit easier because you can just take a video, just find the right tags for the video, find the right keywords. It might only take you 10 minutes to do that, and then you can see how the videos started ranking or how many more views the videos are getting, and you can put that up as a case study. So it's really easy to create some case studies that can work really well. And this also goes well with the other services that I mentioned. So probably I wouldn't be selling this as the main service, but if someone signs up to get their video editing done or an outreach campaign, then I think it would be a fairly easy sort of bundle for them to sell channel optimization as well. Okay, so the last service is channel branding. So as you might already understand, this basically means creating same design for a brand for a channel. So basically having banner designs, having thumbnails, having perhaps other social media looking the same as the YouTube channel. Honestly, this is probably pretty competitive because I do kind of hear a lot of YouTubers just saying, oh, just go to Fiverr and get your design done and that is it. I don't really want to guess anything, but my assumption would be that probably this is going to be a little bit competitive because of Fiverr. And this is not going to make you millions because it's not really a high-end product. However, if you do start making thumbnails for different channels, then that can be an ongoing revenue as well, which again is something that you really need to look for. Also, why it is so cheap on Fiverr is because once again, once you have created a framework, so in this case, once you have created certain templates for banners, for thumbnails, all of that, you can basically take those templates, you can change them out a little bit, and you can apply them for different YouTubers. So you don't need to be building everything from scratch. Once you invested a little bit of time, once you build it out, then it's very, very easy for you to just make these designs. Again, this is basically what I made a whole video about, the win-win method, where it makes sense for the YouTubers to be ordering this from you, and for you it is so easy and simple to make this. And lastly, because of what I just mentioned, that it might not be a really high price tag, I might even use this as a tripwire. Okay, so once we have our services chosen, then we need to think about the sales workflow. So the really cool thing about this business idea as well is that YouTubers want to be educated how they can grow their channels faster, how they can get more subscribers. So what I would do, first of all, I would create some sort of landing page where I would create a freebie that would be an educational freebie for YouTubers, learning how to grow their channel, what are the biggest mistakes they're making, how to get brand deals, whatever it is. There are so many different topics to choose from, and that is the really beautiful thing about this niche. So I would create a freebie and get the traffic going there, so I would acquire customer emails so I can retarget them later through email. I would also create some really cool case studies. So basically what I mentioned before, whether it's ranking based on SEO or it's doing outreach campaigns, whatever it is, I would create some really cool case studies just for people to learn more of how they can grow their YouTube channel and why they should be using my services. And then, as I said, probably I would try out to do outreach sample as a tripwire to just get people to do that first payment, open their wallet, and then I can upsell more services after that. Or if they don't have any design on their channel, perhaps I could use the design services, branding services as a tripwire as well. So, and then once I get them in through the door, then I would be upselling video editing, and perhaps I would be upselling also the outreach campaigns or even the search engine optimization. It really kind of depends. You really need to test out. I can't be guessing right now, but probably these would be the services that I would be upselling. So once we kind of took the initial step and we get people on our website, we give them out freebie, we acquire their email, all of that, then I would have some sort of nurturing campaigns. And again, the really beautiful thing about this is that there is a lot of educational content that you can provide for your potential clients. So really what I would do, I would send content that would be very useful to them and would show how they can grow their YouTube channels faster, but at the same time I would basically be talking about my services. So how you can use search engine optimization to rank your channel faster, to get more views and subscribers and all of that. And then I would say, well, if you don't want to do all of this yourself, or you're not, very confident about it, we have a service that we can do all of this, and you can look at all of these case studies, all of the channels that we worked before, the results we got them, and all of that, and I promise you a lot of YouTubers are going to be using your services. So basically I would be feeding my potential leads with all of the different content, tutorials, statistics, case studies, testimonials, so on and so forth. Okay, so now let's talk selling proposition, and this is actually really basic when you narrow it down. And what I'm here talking mostly about, by the way, is video editing. So when it comes to video editing, really the main concept is YouTubers cost per hour versus your price. So let's say if a YouTuber is making $20 per hour and editing only costs $15 per hour, then they should be outsourcing the editing because it's not worth their time to be doing editing themselves. So really what you need to do, you just need to educate people how it just makes sense to be outsourcing the editing, and just prove to them somehow that you can do it for them, and that is it, you have your clients. Also, a few other things that you could do is actually have some special editing that they don't know how to do themselves. So perhaps having different transitions and graphics and just editing style in general. So this could be a competitive advantage that they can't do it themselves, so they need to hire you. And then if you can do it even for a cheaper price than what they charge themselves per hour, then it's no brainer at all. Another thing on top of that, perhaps what you could use is purchasing all of the different effects, so such as transitions, graphics, music, all of that. So you do need to invest a little bit of money and purchase all of these assets, but once you have them, you can use them on all of the different channels. So for you, the cost becomes less and less the more channels you use it with. And if it would be just one YouTuber who is purchasing all of this for themselves, for them that would be very, very costly. But because you're using this for multiple clients, for you it is not that costly. So at the end of the day, when you are pitching this, what you really need to do is you need to show the YouTuber how you can take this work off their hands, that it makes sense financially, and they can really concentrate on creating more content with their free time, coming up with more video ideas and all of that, because that's what you need to do at the end of the day to grow your channel. Alright, so now for the customer acquisition, the part that most people usually struggle with. So first of all, the really cool thing is that YouTube is trending. People want to be YouTubers. If you ask little kids what they want to do in the future when they grow up, most of them are going to tell you they want to be YouTubers. It's just so popular right now. And the beautiful thing about this is that even if you have no budget for your marketing means, you can honestly just directly contact YouTuber. If let's say you're selling shoes or bags or something like that, you're not really going to be messaging the person and just asking them to buy shoes. However, if it's YouTubers, you can actually just directly message them and tell them, give them some sort of value, so provide them with something useful, and then you can create a relationship with them and pitch your products. Aside from that, there are a lot of channels that actually teach you how to be successful on YouTube. I think this is actually how I came up with the idea, because I saw a lot of these videos are trending right now. So if I would be pursuing this, I would probably try to collab with some of these channels and share some of the profits in return for them bringing in customers for me. Aside from that, of course, you can also work with all of the different types of influencers. I think that would work pretty well. Ads should work pretty well for this also, because it would be probably pretty easy to find good targeting based on all of the interest and different YouTube channels. And Pinterest, I think, would work really great. Again, I just love Pinterest marketing. I have a whole course. If you want, there is a free mini course. I'll leave a link down below in the description. But I think you could absolutely kill on Pinterest with this, because once again, there's a lot of educational content when it comes to this. So you could create a lot of content, a lot of pins that you put in on Pinterest and drive a ton of traffic. So I'm not going to go into crazy detail of the customer acquisition, but I think you get the basic idea of some of the things that you could do. So to summarize this, why do I actually think this is a good business idea? First of all, the interest of people becoming YouTubers is increasing, and there is a huge pool of potential customers. There's more than one service that you can offer your potential client, and all of these services are fairly easy to bundle up. And some of these services also are recurring revenue, which is always amazing to have. Then on top of that, when it comes to actually getting clients and customers, you have multiple ways how you can do it. If you have no budget and if you have a lot of budget, this should work either way. And also there probably would be honestly a lot of referrals, because a lot of YouTubers, they know other YouTubers, so they share this information of, hey, what are you doing for a channel, what's working for you, and if you're doing really good editing for them, they are going to refer you to other people as well. So really hope you found this video useful or interesting at least. At least you're going to get hopefully something out of it. Do let me know if you enjoyed this type of video and if I should make more of these type of videos, because I do have a million of other business ideas, so I definitely would be down to share them with you. If you found this video useful, make sure to press thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, put on those notifications so you see every time I publish a new video. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.